darling.
He's a good-looking rooster, isn't he? Part 2. Here we are. We're back. So Rhino Bags, Walk for Awareness. We're there. Now, mate, we're getting back onto our questions. So I guess, mate, now 12 years in business. You know, looking back, and if you're happy to admit, like, what are some of your big failures that you've done, if you deem them failures? Because I never deem anything a failure. It's always a lesson. But, you know, something that has didn't work and that you've learned from.
Okay. Some of the first initial business coaching I did really gave me high hopes and big dreams as to what could be achieved in a short amount of time. And we started implementing some things and spending money on some things like making a role for you know, an operations manager and putting on some high level management to help me out, which without the right contract around that, without the right outline, we didn't quite nail the position. And what we learnt 2 years later, after trying and reviewing and trying, we just, you know, we ended up spending a lot of money and not turning over more because we had another person selling and pushing sales. But in the end, we were worse off after that 2 years than we would have been if I'd have just remanaged it, you know, reworked a few things and managed a few things in a better way, which we then, it took us 2 years to get to that point where we decided, you know what, this isn't working, let's rejig the whole thing. And that meant a bit of a downsize. It probably meant cutting a few of the customers that were taking too much office time to service. We just couldn't afford to do that to keep our costs where they are. So that was a big learning curve. Yeah, I don't know if other questions will cover this too. Other things have been in construction. The bigger the job is, not necessarily the better. We've been burnt a couple of times with builders that have just vanished into thin air, and all of our equipment and materials and labour are on the job and are waiting to be paid for, and legally we're not supposedly allowed to go back and take them back off even though they haven't been paid for and all this sort of stuff. So you start almost having a part-time lawyer working for you to manage all the contracts and what you are and aren't allowed to do and when you can't be paid and how heavy you can be with debt collection. And so that's like the nasty side of construction and maybe running your own service-based business where
so would that be more not knowing your client well enough? Or?
No, the client was referred to me by a friend of mine who had done work for them for the last 10 years, and there was so much going on that he actually couldn't service all of the construction that they had going on. So he put my name forward as a suggestion to tender the next you know, large project. So look, these things happen. I think a lot of people in small business and construction will have a story where a builder has gone bust. And they've ended up being shortchanged from it. So what that meant for us was a huge hit that year and even into the next year, and we had to just sort of stick at it and keep at it and basically turn away from that side of industry. For me as a small business, it was taking a lot of my time quoting the jobs, managing the jobs, and it was all run at a very small margin. And we decided that's too risky and it's not worth our time. That's not what we're trying to do here. We were trying to grow. We were going to have an install team and project management team and a service team and all that sort of stuff. And you know, it was just more stressful and not for me personally. I wasn't interested in doing it after trialing it. So I know there's some great builders out there and some fantastic developers because I have worked with many of them, but it's just enough for me to go, in order to systemize things here, we've got great systems with small jobs and the guys can handle it one-on-one or two men to one job sort of style, and that works really well for us. And I can take holidays and the business can run, and I don't need to be here quoting for weeks, huge estimations, and you know, all that sort of the big end of stuff. Big end of town takes someone sitting here constantly churning out pricing, and there's no payment for that. It's all done for free. So there's been a shift. So we've learned, probably that's one of the biggest things in the last probably 3 years that we've learned, that management role, finding a size that suits you and then building the business around that. And we've already learned all the other things that we need. You know, we've implemented things over the years all the way through, but now finding the size and the size that's profitable and manageable is really hard, and that's where we finally got there. Yeah, we're there now.
Mate, self-awareness is a big thing because I think we have these dreams of having this huge business, and then the bigger you get, the more stress that you get.
6 months overseas every year, and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, I know, right?
You know, and you're right, man. Work to the size that you feel's comfortable, and then mold that to how it suits you. And mate, definitely learning from my time in business is that you do need a break. You know, like, yes, like the first few years we go full throttle with the small business
that's
and
right.
we put everything into it.
That's right.
But then you start to realise that you actually burn yourself out. And if you're not taking these breaks, like the months
That's
that
right.
you've had off.
And maybe because you can't, maybe because you feel like you can't. So
Yeah, well,
that can be the problem.
Or we
yeah.
tell ourselves that we can't.
You don't justify it with yourself. That's right.
Actually, that was one big thing I've learned probably in the last 12 months where like I kept thinking that, the business can't run without me being there or without doing these jobs.
Yeah.
And then I just happened to have to go away and luckily our operations manager, she just refused to email me or message me when I was away.
Yeah,
and it was good because,
but
it just made them figure it out.
Yeah.
And
and they'll make mistakes along the way, but
100%.
the long-term goal is there, and that's what, counts.
Mate, is there things from business that you've learnt that you use in your everyday life?
Yeah, I think I'm a father of 2 young children, so you got to manage them. You got to stay in control, and you've got to do it in a way that you're really happy about, and that you can't be just angry all the time, frustrated. You come home from a long day. I was just talking to my father about this morning actually. He was telling me that somebody knows, they might be having some trouble in their relationship, a young couple with a young family. And I said to him, you know what, everyone's got pressures. Yeah. We've all got debt up to our ears. There's no homemaker like there was when I was a kid. Everyone's working. No one wants to do the dishes. No one wants to do the washing. So it is, so managing that and putting a system around it at home and working with my wife. We both work here together, so we work there together, and just managing our week, managing our time. So I think I have learned if something's not working at home, to systemize it. And it's probably a bit weird, but as a business owner, you'll get what I'm talking about. It needs a system, and it needs a weekly system so you know what's happening and when it's happening. So
sounds
definitely.
like good communication too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's heaps of apps for that now, with shopping lists and shared calendars. There's an app for that. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Shared calendars and all that sort of stuff. Shopping apps, shopping list apps, and we've got all sorts of things happening.
Mate, anyway, I won't go there
That's
because I'm not in
story.
a relationship. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But no, thank you, mate. That's awesome because
Okay.
I think sometimes our personal lives reflect in our business, and in our business it can reflect in our personal lives. And I think when you're organised in either or, you're going to be organised.
That's right.
In both personal and business. Mate, what's the vision for LCM? It sounds like you've kind of found the recipe that you like. What is the vision?
The vision as such, as in the vision printed on the wall here, we don't have one.
Okay, no, that's okay.
I think
well, what do you
vision?
envisage?
The vision is to. We've always found it easy to provide a high level of customer service and maintain a high level of repeat customers.
Yep.
Just from me leading by example with the team. So I am still on the tools some of the time, and sometimes I'm not. Just depends on what's happening. But I think. Yeah, the vision. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one for me to answer because we do so many different types of jobs. We have so many different types of personalities working for us. I know bigger companies have this broad vision, and I know you have a vision. I think your vision is great, and maybe I should just copy it. But I don't know. I think monthly toolbox talks keeps the team together. Good. We've started doing more training with the team, so it's investing in the team, investing in the business, so that it can then, when times are tough and we're busy and we're flat out. It all sort of can run as best it can. I don't know, the vision thing, that's another thing from business coaching. It was sort of like almost beaten into us. You've got to have a vision. And I really struggle with that one. I think I've just done better leading by example, staying in communication with my team all the time. We've got 5 technicians at work here, so knowing them all fairly well and basically allowing them to look up to me and making sure that I am a role model for them and all that sort of thing too. But yeah, I don't know, but that's a tough one for me. I find it tricky to nail down an actual, small paragraph.
And mate, listen, it does take time, and you do need to believe in it. But mate, I think you just actually have started your vision, which is lead by example. For us, it's to be the most admired pest firm for its people. So that's you, the people we work with, and whatnot. And mate, if you're saying that you want to lead by example, so that within your industry that you are a leader, man, there's the start.
Yeah, okay.
There's your vision.
Yeah, okay, good.
Didn't even charge him for it.
I want to take holidays though. How am I supposed to take holidays and lead
but
by
no. But mate, the thing is that you want to lead by that because everyone needs a break.
I know, that's true.
Like, I think it's easy for us to put this value on being busy. I'm so busy.
I know, and your team has to respect that you need holidays too.
Yeah, and so
if
do
they don't,
mate.
maybe they're not the right team.
No,
That's
and
right.
so do they. They need holidays. Mate, customer service is a big thing.
Yes,
you know that.
It is.
Mate, what makes your business unique compared to the rest?
Probably a couple of things. Firstly, we're small, so we're very competitive. A lot of corporate quotes will be budget driven.
Yep.
So money is important, and to a degree, the name of the company and who's done the work before might not be relevant. It might be all about budget. So we're very competitive. Often a lot of the companies we work for need to get more than one quote, and we can sometimes get an opportunity in the door there. So the size we are is very competitive.
Yep.
So that's an advantage, I think. Being the size we are, our customers get to know our staff and
Yep.
vice versa. And I'm certainly, all that anyone has to do is call up and ask to talk to me or ask for me to come
Yep.
out, and I'm there. And that's, I think, something that as soon as you get that next size bigger than me, you start to lose
Yep.
that, which we tried, and I decided didn't work. My wife and I decided that it didn't
Yep.
work. So that's probably the two main things, I think. Yeah, and I'm very happy to keep it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've got a very open door policy towards
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
dealing with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, that's awesome. No, I think it's really important that you can sort of get to the owner, particularly in our small business area, because it's us that drives the customer service, and
That's
people
right.
people want
That's right.
decisions. So, someone watching this, because
Yeah.
I'm quite famous on
Of course
Facebook.
you are. You're getting there.
Not really. I got a head for radio. Anyway, mate, if someone's watching this, why choose LCM compared to someone else?
Okay, why choose LCM? Well, we are a quality company. We do as what we say we'll do. If anyone's ever unhappy with something, they feel they haven't gotten what they interpreted that they would receive from the quote or from discussions, we will do our best to rectify that to make sure that they're a happy customer. And we've always been like that. Most of our industry will have a 12-month warranty on installation, and we have an 18-month warranty.
Nice.
So that means that if you put a system in just before summer, every other supplier to you, the warranty will run out just before the next summer.
Yeah.
So
And
we'll
that's
give you
when
two.
you need it.
We'll give
Yeah.
you 2 summers. That's what we try to do with it. Now, if anything goes wrong with any of our stuff, it should happen fairly quickly. If it's going to be a problem, it'll be a problem straight away. But that's one of the things that we do. Yeah.
Mate, one thing I have really enjoyed about your business, and I only use Lockie for my stuff, with my properties, is just your transparency, mate. Like I know that when something's like your quotations are great, there's pictures.
Yeah,
Because
that's right.
I think you're
We
a
use
Simpro.
Simpro. We use Simpro. That's right. That's
and
right.
I think that's really important, because it's like, well, this is what you're paying for, and this is what you're getting.
That's
rather
right,
than
and this
sort of,
that's right. So
this
the
is stuck
photo
in.
tells you where it's going. It's a system for our guys installing. They can see the quote themselves. They get the same quote as what the customer gets when it's a job card, so they get to follow it, and they can see the photos and see where they're supposed to put things. And that should mean that everything's checked, of course, when we arrive on site. But that's sort of a really good system for having, that you can scale that up as much as you like, and the guys all know what they're doing each day. Another reason why maybe we're a great company to give a go is we're very fast. So a lot of property managers use us because of the photos, because they obviously they need that, or they like that for their own records. But because of the Simpro that we use, which is a premium product, we do pay for that, as you know, like you pay a monthly subscription for that. We can have a technician on a job site, on a rental property where a tenant is losing, going bananas, and before close of business that day, we can have the report and the quote back to the property manager for them to take to their client and basically sort as quickly as it needs to be sorted. And from that, real estate managers use a maintenance manager program that they manage all of their stuff with, and so we're like a preferred contractor on there because of our focus on understanding the property manager's pain, being there to help them, and just fast. Everything needs to happen yesterday, so we try to be as fast as we can.
It's actually one of the laws of business is speed. Like if you can get your quotation within 24 hours, I think the stat is 80% will go with that quote compared
there you
to
go. Waiting for someone else.
Unless they go, well, that's completely unreasonable, then they'll go.
Yep.
But if you're within their threshold,
that's right.
they'll just go
And
go
because of the age we live in with this technology, people are expecting. Once we make a decision, we just want it, and it's got to so you got to react.
Mate, it's good that you're using technology. Now we've got the fun questions.
All right, here we go.
He's pumped. He did his push-ups. Mate, funny enough, what was your favourite fitness class to attend at school?
God, we didn't do fitness class. Or
maybe what sport? Was there a favourite
soccer,
sport?
Yeah,
Soccer?
I went to an academy. It was a subject
Did
for
you?
me. Yeah. Cavendish Road.
Yeah. Yep. My brother played at Kelvin Grove. That was a school of soccer excellence.
Yeah, we were much better than them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's not hard. Mate, favourite emoji?
I love the like full throttle. I love
Oh,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
thumbs up's easy.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
probably use that too much.
Well,
But,
that's actually my next question. What's your most used one? So,
thumbs up, or the upside down smiley face, just
Yeah,
losing
yeah.
your mind. Yep.
I do. I'm so glad they created emojis. So I think it's, mate, what do you love most about what you do?
It's always been, for me, I do enjoy helping people. I've got that
Yep.
part of my personality.
Yes.
In some ways, it makes me not the best manager because I'm trying to help the person who's just made a mistake working for me, and I can't get too angry at them because it's just not the way I am. So yeah, helping people. And I think getting too big too in the business meant that I was distancing from customers and
Yep.
finding what they need, the pain point, and helping them fix
Yep.
it. So definitely, that's always been something that, yeah. Like if I see someone with a flat tire, I normally stop and help them. Like I just can't help myself. Run late to meetings, but I feel good about it.
yeah. I needed you 2 weeks ago. I had a flat. Mate, best tip for a newcomer into the air conditioning.
Okay, best tip would be you need to get yourself around a few brokers, or I mean, the thing that accelerated me was the BNI group. I got myself around a whole lot of other business people that could help give me some free advice with their business experience or life experience as to things I should do. But you definitely need to have like a bookkeeper who knows about some of the upcoming tax and things and knows what insurances you should have. And there's a few things like that that really, you know, as a 25-year-old just coming out of your time, you would have no idea of some of those things. So, and budgeting for them, putting some money away for annual fees that come up, stuff like that.
Mate,
Cash flow.
that actually brings up another, I guess, topic which we could go on for a bit, but it's just financial literacy. Like how they don't teach you financial literacy or learning how to budget.
Through your apprenticeship.
Yeah, that
No,
and just,
no,
mate,
nothing.
just life, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
even back at school. No, that's true. No, they don't.
mate, what makes you happy? I know, but come on, tell
What
the masses.
What makes me happy? I love going camping with my
Yes.
family. I recently bought a boat, so I've been doing some fishing in Moreton Bay, which is great. Something I've always wanted to do. So boating, it's getting outdoors and leisure, whatever type it might be. I mean, I'll do rock climbing, I'll do bushwalking, you just get me out of the office, get me away somewhere out of town.
He's definitely an outdoors man, I
Yeah,
can tell you. It's
definitely.
actually inspiring, I must say. Mate, what's the song that you know all the lyrics to?
Oh God, I know lyrics to lots of songs, but I probably can't name.
Did
They
you
come
play
on the
any
radio.
guitar or anything like that?
I played the drum kit. I was
Did
in a
you?
band
Yeah,
or
nice.
two, through high school and stuff like that. We were hopeless, of course, but we had fun. We were like 15 or 16 and thought we were rock stars. No, I love music. I love the words, and I'll pick up on lyrics. A lot of R&B and rap songs and stuff.
Oh, true.
Yeah, but
okay.
look, rock and roll, you name it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Chili songs that
Yeah,
Powderfinger's
yeah.
great. I don't mate, you name it. Silverchair, one of the first
Yeah, mate,
albums
how
I
good
ever
were they?
owned was a
What
disc
were they,
of
14 or 16? They were ridiculously young when
Yeah,
they came
no,
out with
it's-
that. First. Tomato sauce, should it be in the cupboard or in the fridge?
We keep it in the fridge
Yep.
because my wife likes to keep it in the fridge. She thinks that feels right. When I go camping, it doesn't stay in the fridge; it stays in the back of the camper trailer. So I could go either way with that.
Nice. Mate, mango or oranges?
I'll do either, but mango would be when it's in season.
I must
How
say,
can you go past a mango?
most
Yeah.
people are mango. And mate, what are you
What a
most proud
question.
of?
Oh God, what am I most proud of? That's a hard question. I'm probably proud of a lot of things.
Good.
Don't get asked the question very often. Proud of my wife and my family.
Nice.
I got married quite young. A lot of my mates still aren't married. I've been married for 13 years. So
wow.
so
Okay.
married quite young. I think proud of my position in life at the moment. I've been working hard, trying to manage working not so hard because I can't keep working this hard forever. But proud about what I've achieved with the business. Having 7 employees plus my wife and I.
nice.
It's a fair bit of work to do each week. My kids are growing up really nicely. It's just at the stage in life. I guess you've got to appreciate every stage that you're in because it's ever changing. But for the moment,
Sounds like you're in a good place.
Yeah.
Now, mate, most important question, where do we find you?
You can find us on our website. It's very easy to go to, or Facebook.
Is that LCM
I'm on LinkedIn as well, but I don't do
airconditioning.com.au?
heaps. LCM, lcmairconditioning.com.au. Yep, that'll be fine. If you even type in LCM Air, we'll come up. We have a bit of a Facebook presence, so that's there. That's easy to find us too. If you message it, send a message, we'll reply that way too. But even if you just do air conditioning contractor Brisbane, we will come up
Yep.
in the first page.
And just, you can do any air conditioning, commercial, residential,
Yes, we
cafe,
do.
all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
all that sort of stuff. Yeah, we can work in offices. We work in laboratories. Yeah, we work in
wow.
mechanic and warehousing, any sort. There's a few industrial sites, large recycling plants. We got one at Carrara. We got another nursing home up at North Lakes. So there's a bit of travel to do with Brisbane to service sort of some of the customers you might have a south of the north coast and north of the south coast, and one in the city too. So out to like Ipswich is easy. So like you too, that's what you got to be able to do.
A broad range
So
of
we
where
certainly go that
Yeah.
far. Yeah, and we'll quote projects that are further away if the opportunity comes up.
Now, mate, you look after the Pat Rafter Arena, don't you?
We do. Yes.
Do you ever
Yes.
see Pat there?
Never once. Maybe when I was there the first year. He was there the
Maybe
first
when it
year.
opened.
He cut the ribbon. I was there for that. He was there at the start, the inaugural sort of opening.
Good old Pat.
He was there, but I don't know. I guess you know.
He's hiding
Yeah.
somewhere.
Haven't
But
seen
you
him
know
since.
who is there? Lachlan from LCM.
We're there every
and
month.
every
We're there
month.
every
And I know
month,
that he's been
taking
looking
care.
after it for a while. Hey, brother, thank you very much.
thank
Mate,
you.
No,
Thank
trusted
you, mate.
trades. Listen, as I said, I've been, gee whiz, actually next year it'll be 20 years in business. Working for my dad and then obviously my own gigs. So, and the whole reason for this is just me promoting people that I think know what they're doing and are good at their craft. And this is a gentleman that definitely is. And
Thanks,
mate, dude, brother, honestly, I remember our first business coaching and just seeing the potential of your business when it was just like, but you can service them annually and just penny droppings and...
Yeah.
Mate, it's awesome, man. I'm glad we've been able to grow together.
Yeah, it's really cool to have someone that you can go and talk about anything with to do with business and life as well. But through that BNI that we've just, you strike up some good relationships in that place and things like that. I'm sure there's many more than just that, but certainly, mate, it is good. I know.
And you'll see a bit of a trend. The people that I do interview are from BNI. So if you are watching this, listen, BNI is a great place to start, particularly if you're sort of wanting to expose yourself to like-minded people and then other business owners. But mate, high five. When the heat is
It's on.
nice. We'll see you next
Thanks,
time.
mate. Cheers.